What's up, guys? It's good to be back today. Um, as you can see, I do finally have some live accounts. Today went really good as well, so it was nice I didn't blow the account or hit my loss limit in the first day like I did in the past couple weeks. It was nice to get a good win. I mean, today was absolute ass price action, not gonna lie, but I did capitalize on a pretty good setup in my opinion. But it just didn't look great today. But yeah, we got two accounts back. Took a $750 win on both of them, and they're just 50Ks. I kind of just realized this market's like hella volatile right now, and these 150Ks are just getting very, very taxing on the mental side to trade because, like, if you're sizing up right now, you just get instantly wrecked, man. I kind of mentioned this in the last video. So I have no problem trading 50Ks. As you can see, I was only trading 3 micros. This first trade, I took 5 micros, and I was like, holy shit, like, I don't have a lot of room to my stop loss. Like, I was risking $500, and that shit was like tight. I'm like, fuck, like, you can't even trade 5 micros anymore. So I went break even very early on this trade. Ended up getting break even. But yeah, I technically would have stayed in this first trade if I had sized correctly. I was just hella nervous, man. Uh, it was just like 5 micros was just too much, which is crazy because I was trading like 5 minis before on the 150K accounts, no problem. But still got a big win out of 3 micros, so I ain't complaining. But I do still have these 3 combines. They're not looking too good. I got about $1,300 in drawdown on all 3 of them, and I've just been taking a shit ton of trades, man. Just scalping my fucking ass off. And yeah, like 30 trades, diabolical. I did trade Asia and New York for that winning day, so that is kind of why it was a lot. But I'm going to trade Asia in about 20 minutes once I'm done making this video. Hopefully bring these back. If not, I'm going to load up on 350K accounts because 150Ks are taxing, man, and they're fucking expensive. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video. There's no news today other than Trump speaking at 5:30, which will be awesome. And we had like this in the morning. That was kind of the red folder. I don't even know. Obviously not scheduled, but that was red in the morning. Other than that, we didn't really have anything. But like I said, guys, the market was pure ass coming into today. We had this unmitigated 4-hour gap that I was very interested in today. I wanted to see that get taken, which it did. And on the buy side, we also had a couple 4-hour unmitigated gaps that were also good targets. There was targets on both sides, in my opinion. But as you can see, we accumulated so hard. It led to one of the best AMD model setups I've ever seen, in my opinion. I really liked it. Like I said, super choppy, not a great day. More of an eval day, in my opinion, but it did pan out decently well. So, as you can see, like I said, that 4-hour gap, we have 3 stack lows, and we had these relative equal session highs here, high here, high here, high within this 4-hour gap. So there's definitely good targets on both sides. We had this 15-minute gap, and as we came into market open, we were kind of like trying to see if we were going to break it or not. And I didn't wait till we broke it on my first trade, but the 2 trades after that, we had broken it because, as you can see here, we broke it at 645. But that's why I was a little bit more hesitant on my first trade and wanted to go break even and just get out of that 5 micros. But yeah, we had this 15-minute gap here. We're kind of just bouncing between the 2. And like I said, guys, we have the perfect accumulation right here. This is just straight range between like 360 points, just up and down, up and down, up and down for a day and a half, right? So accumulation. And what do we get right at open? I was literally waiting for this shit, man. Right at open, we calm down, and we get the best manipulation I've ever seen. Bet you a lot of people got in off this IFVG off open. I saw that shit coming, man. I knew this was going to be a fake out. And this was a huge candle off open. 146 points. And I just wasn't buying that. I did not want into longs. We had not inversed the 5-minute or the 15-minute, as you can see here. And guys, I'll tell you one thing, in a choppy market like this, first of all, you shouldn't be trading at all. But if you're going to trade, you need to make sure you are 100% confident in your setup. You do not want to be taking a long off of this when we just chopped around for a day and a half. You don't want to take the first IFVG you see. That's never going to end well. But I saw we traded back up into this 15-minute, and we come down back below this bullish 15-minute, and then we get this big ass 1-minute inversion, very strong delivery out of it. And I actually ended up taking a trade here. My problem being is I didn't have anything marked out on MNQ. I marked all my charts on NQ because I was just used to it this morning. So I didn't realize we had already taken this Asia low when I entered. And then when I realized, I kind of freaked out, to be honest. I kind of entered here, and then I like this was the one with 5 micros, like I was telling you guys. I had my stops up here, and that was gonna be like $1,000. And I was targeting down to this because I looked at my other chart and saw there was the low there, and it was about a 1-to-1, give or take. I was gonna make a little bit over $1,000, and I pussied out, man. I this trade wouldn't have hit anyways, and it probably would have stopped me out, but I straight up pussied out and went break even right there, right away. So that was that. And that was my first trade. Like I said, who knows? I probably would have got broken even right there anyways. But just too much to risk on my first day back on live. I just was not fucking with it. I was like, I'm not going to take $1,000 loss again on my first day and just set me back on a shitty day to trade to begin with. So cut my losses there. Realized I need to size down. And then we get this candle here, which you can clearly see closes below this 15-minute gap. We had still respected this 15. And that is where I entered my second trade, right here on this down candle. There was a 30-second inversion in here. And again, targeting right to here. Stops just above this gap. And this was almost a 1-to-2. Ended up getting taken out for break even right here on this candle. I think I got a little bit of a better entry, to be honest, because it was a 30-second. So probably got an entry right around there. And this one I was risking 500 to make 1,000. So that's how I wanted it to be. 3 micros was perfect. But we came down in profit, reswept this low. Then we swept this low, and at this point I had my lows marked out. So I realized that low's got to be my break-even point. Went break-even there, and I was up about $650, give or take, but we went break-even. And yeah, so we came up again, and this is getting kind of repetitive because I just basically repeated the same thing a few times. And we came back up into this 3-minute gap here, which we respected. Again, we had already broken the 15-minute down. There was nothing on the higher time frame to stop us. All the lower time frames were inversed. We were looking really good to the downside. We're respecting bearish structure. Get the tap into this 3-minute, and then we come back down right here. Very strong inversion. And I kind of waited till we got the inversion on this one as well, just because I was not sure if I wanted to take another trade after 2 break evens. But I saw the very strong inversion here. We got the inversion on this one, and I kind of waited around to see if we were going to get a retrace, but ended up entering down here and targeted just above this high. And I cannot tell you how close this was to not hitting my take profit. Like, literally hit it by like half a point, because like you guys know, if you've been watching me for a long time, I am like OCD freak. I like my numbers to be perfect, and having it right there was $750. If I had it at that low, it was like $815 or something, and that would have pissed me off. So I had it $750 right there. I didn't close early. That's exactly where my take profit was. And oops, this one ended up playing out exactly how I wanted it to. I had my stops right about there, and I debated putting them up here, and I thought that was still not bad, but I did keep them a little bit tighter just because I said it was my third trade. Wasn't messing around. Had them right there. If I had it up here, it would have been about a $600 stop. Right here was about 550, give or take. So money I'm willing to lose. I don't want to take $1,000 loss any of these days. I'm willing to lose 500, but 1,000 is just gonna set me back way too far. So I'm not trying to do that in this eval. I'm trying to really lock the fuck in, get my shit back together, because I kind of lost feeling for the money, like I explained in the last video, and I think the best thing for me to do right now is just kind of get the smaller wins. I know $750 isn't that small. Today was a pretty good day, but just get the smaller wins. Don't worry about thousands upon thousands, and stack multiple accounts, and then keep rolling like that. Get my confidence back, and then when the market chills out a bit, we'll move on back up to 150Ks. But I've had the most success rinsing 50K accounts, so I'm just gonna keep doing that for now, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, this one played out pretty good. I got a good amount of drawdown at the start. I believe there was a 2-minute gap here that we were constantly respecting, so that's why I kind of had my stop there. I mean, it was above the 1 minute too, but we did have a 2-minute here and here somewhere, something like that we were constantly just wicking out. So I wasn't too nervous on this trade. I did go break even once we hit this low here, and then we instantly wicked down to my TP. And like I said, guys, like this was not like an A++ day. I wouldn't call any trade an A+, but I thought that was a really good setup in my opinion. A little bit late of an entry, but yeah, on days like this where we're chopping around, you guys got to make sure you don't get caught up in the manipulation, because we will manipulate before we distribute. That's just how it goes on choppy ass days like this. And then if you guys can see here what happened at the end of the day, if you guys are kind of confused by that, it was because of earnings around 12 o'clock. I don't know if it's going to show on here or not, but I cannot remember the name of the company. It was some AI chip company. I don't know if it's going to say on here. Right here, Micron. And their earnings came in like way over. Like you can see all their estimates were off, and they did like really good. So the NASDAQ like shot up basically just off this alone, and obviously all the other earnings. And you can see there's a whole article on this if you want to pause and read this, but yeah, that was basically because of earnings that came out, and we skyrocketed from around that point up about 1,000 points, just under 1,000 points, well, just under 900 points in about, what is this, 4 hours, which is nuts. But I do think the volume might carry on into Asia. That's why I'm going to be checking it out in a sec. But yeah, we kind of bounced off this 4-hour gap perfectly. I saw like Dodgy took the trade off the 4-hour gap, and he just caught this whole fucking move, which is insane. Like, props to him. I wasn't even thinking about trading at this time of the day, but we did bounce absolutely perfectly off this 4-hour order block / fair value gap after we took out all these lows, and now we are trading up into these unmitigated gaps. So we'll see where we go from here. The outlook's still a bit iffy in my opinion. I'm not really too sure where we're heading. It's been pretty damn choppy the past week, and it's been making it pretty tough to trade evals. But we did get a few past, and we're moving forward. So yeah, like the daily kind of looking a bit wonky. It's looking pretty bearish, to be honest. And the weekly, again, until we inverse this gap, I don't really see a huge dump, but I don't see that happening. I think we're going to start to continue back up at some point in the near future, but Yeah, I'm not too sure. It's just been weird lately, so don't want to say my predictions out loud right now because I don't want to steer you guys in the wrong direction. But yeah, I do see us going higher, and we'll see what happens. Um, there is some news for the rest of the week, but none of it's really crazy. This is pre-market, so might get some sort of data wick out of this tomorrow, just because there's 4 red folders. I know these aren't red folders, but Forex Factories be changing their shit when these should be red folders, but they're not. And then Friday we don't got much going on, so yeah, it should be an interesting rest of the week. We'll see what Trump has to say in about 40 minutes, and we'll go from there. But pretty happy with the results today, and hoping to continue this on through the rest of the week and get back on my feet, get back to regular uploads, and keep this thing rolling. So with all that being said, guys, I'm going to wrap this one up here. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe as usual, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.